Hey, this is Ashley with Just a Second, a podcast for Putnam County. Hey everyone, it's Ashley and welcome to another episode of Just a Second. Today I'm so excited because I'm here with Kayla from the Cats Meow Entertainment, and she is such a talent.
Oh my goodness.
There are so many things that you do, and we are excited to dive into those today and talk a little bit about what all that you provide through your business and just kind of what led you there. So let's start off by just introducing yourself and telling people a little bit about you.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Kayla Daly. I own the Cats Meow Entertainment. We're an all-female DJ company. We do everything from mainly DJing weddings to side events like trivia and karaoke and Singo Bingo.
Great. And I know we want to talk about Singo Bingo. That's really fun. But we have utilized you a couple times for our network of women. They always love your trivia. What's your favorite thing to do? So when you're hired, what's your favorite thing that you'd like to do?
Yeah, I think honestly it's just this kind of stuff, like just interacting with people and getting to know like the community even better, and then seeing those familiar faces when I go back out and do other events.
Yeah. What led you to be a DJ?
Well, I'm mainly a musician, just starting out. That's what I went to college for, so I have a music degree. And I was teaching for a long time, and I absolutely loved it, but I was missing just like that interaction of getting to perform, but also get to do music at the same time. So kind of jumped into that world, and I was in the middle ground of which one do I want to do more, and I just absolutely loved doing this and being more creative and creating events for other people, and that's kind of how it ended up being there. Yeah.
And so what is Singo Bingo?
Singo Bingo is music bingo.
Yeah.
So instead of having a card with the numbers on it, we actually have song titles. So we play song titles, usually like the good bits of the song. And if you have that song, then you mark your card. And we usually play 3 rounds, and it's basically just like bingo. So if you have a winning card, you yell out Singo and get to win all kinds of fun stuff and sing along
and then
too.
You can sing along.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And for your trivia, you do themed trivia. So I know we've done a Christmas one before. What all themes do you have for that?
I have so many. So I actually create it myself. So oftentimes a company will reach out to me, or, like a group, like the women's group will reach out and say, hey, we're doing this themed event and we would like, trivia. Is there a way for you to kind of, do that along the same lines of what we're doing? So I usually just create it for them. So I have all kinds of stuff sitting in my back pocket. Usually I'll create it, on the spot for that ahead of time. But it really just depends on what people are wanting. Yeah,
and then the DJ services, you can do weddings, corporate events, pretty much anything, right?
Yes. Yeah. We mainly do weddings. We actually DJ'd 86 weddings last year, which is insane. It was like the biggest year that we've had. But we also, like you said, corporate events. We have a bunch of Christmas parties for law firms coming up this month, and reunions and things like that.
And then you can do karaoke as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Love karaoke.
We actually have a karaoke event tonight.
Oh, you
do? I run
Great.
karaoke every Friday at Frank's Place in Barbersville.
Oh, yeah.
So that's always a lot of fun, and constantly like more and more people coming out and singing. So it's always a good time.
It's really fun. That's really, really fun. So what do you like most about being a business owner?
Being a business owner is hard, obviously, but it also comes with like so many, rewards. And I think it's just like sitting back, especially like at this time of year, and reflecting on what your year looked like, and just seeing, like how many like smiles you've put on people's faces, and just like the progress that you've made, and constantly like learning and doing your homework on the side to see, like where we are as a community with like just music and DJ services, but as well as like our entire country and world. So just reflecting on that, and I think just kind of just like reaping the benefits of making people feel good.
Yeah. I have asked this to we have a couple DJs in the area, and I asked one of them what their favorite song was, and they were like, why did you can't pick a favorite song? So do you have a favorite song?
A favorite song for like myself?
Yeah.
Or just like to DJ?
Or just to DJ, I guess, or both.
I love like skating rink music. Does that make sense? So like the 70s like disco vibe. I could totally get down with some Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah. Some
September. Some like Gary Wright, Dreamweaver. I'm definitely like an eclectic taste of music. As far as like DJing goes, I love making mixes. So I love taking songs that have like that as the backbone. So like your 70s music, but then mixing them with like early 2000s. That is my jam. So throw some Earth, Wind and Fire with some Pitbull in there, and that is me.
There you are. Now every time I think of both of those, I'll think of you. Yes. Or hear both of those, I'll think of you. Yeah, they were like, that's not fair to ask. I'm a DJ. And I was like, well, now I'm going to ask everybody.
So many songs.
Or somebody once told me to like, hey, ask the DJ how they feel about line dances. And I'm like, okay, so how do you feel about it?
I love line dances.
Me too.
I love it. I think that a lot of weddings are going away from that.
Yeah.
And I think it's not just a trend, but I think it's the stigma of people talking about it, so they don't want to do it, right?
Yeah.
I think with anything, there's a fine line of you can do something too much.
Yeah.
So I think like throwing them in here and there. I love getting out there and dancing with people. So I think it's so much fun. I think, with everything, you can do too much of it. We never play a song in its entirety. So you're not going to hear a song for like the 4 minutes that it lasts, So like a minute and a half of some like wobble. Yeah. We can get
sure.
With that.
Well, there's a new wobble, I guess. I saw it on TikTok.
Oh yeah. And TikTok is the thing, right? Like everybody dives into some TikTok dances at weddings for sure.
Right, for sure. So if you could give some advice to somebody that's seeking a DJ for a special event or something like that, what are the things that they should look for when they're selecting a DJ for their special day?
Yeah, for sure. So I always say like, go and look at the content that they have created. Especially with DJs, like they should have videos out there showing the things that they are doing on a regular basis. So that's a great place to start, especially with us. Like I said, go to our website and look at us in action, doing, real DJing at real events that are similar to yours. So I always say start there and then ask them like what their vibe is if they've done a similar event before. And then making sure, of course, they have like business license, insurance, at any point in the year, but especially around like big engagement, holiday season, you're going to have a ton of people just popping up that don't have necessarily that experience. Yeah. And it's just really important, to make sure that you are also protected and your guests are protected no matter what event you're doing.
For sure. Yeah, that's really good advice. Trivia wise, because you create all of your trivia.
I do.
Have you ever asked a trivia question that no one got the answer to?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think so. I think some of them, it's like, I don't know about you, but like in the moment for me, thinking about stuff like that, I'm like,
yeah, I know. I should have probably told you that I was going to ask you that.
No, actually, I just thought of that question. No, like in the moment, I'm like, I have no idea. But then like after I hear the answer, I'm like, really? Yeah. I knew that. Yeah. So I think a lot of it is that kind of stuff. I think there was one that I did in particular. It was like a James Bond trivia, and that was a little hard. I think because there's just so many, so much material. Yeah. So I think that was a little confusing.
Yeah, I wouldn't get any of those. But your Christmas trivia, my team got 100%.
Look at you! So, yes.
Yeah. All right. What do you love most about doing business in Putnam County?
I love this area. Everybody is just so like welcoming, and they are really big on like taking your expertise because I think that they take the time to make sure that they're getting the right, people in that are doing their jobs for them. Everybody is just, like I said, like just so nice and welcoming. And I know like anywhere that I go here, it's always going to be a good space to go into. It's not going to be something that I'm worrying about like layouts of rooms or not having communication with people. Everybody in Putnam is just on it. always on it.
We try.
Yeah, you are.
We try. Well, I am thrilled that you joined us today for just a second here on our podcast, and we love having you as part of our organization. And if you guys are looking for a DJ, make sure to give Kayla a call.
Yes. Thank you so much.